Hey guys, today I figured I'm getting ready to do one of my biggest shipments I've ever done, and I figured I'd show off a couple of the animals that are going out tonight, along with maybe talk a little bit about how I ship. So, first I'm going to show you a couple of the animals that are going. So, this one right here is a Spectre or Yellow Belly Het Sunset male. And this guy came from Sunset bred to a Super Stripe female. So there's guaranteed to be Spectre or Yellow Belly. Just can't guarantee which. I have another one of those males available. And then we have this Mahogany double het clown pied male is going out. Really nice example of Mahogany, and he's definitely not happy with me. So let's. And there's a good example right there of a real simple way to deal with an animal that's ready to bite you. Just cover his head with something, you can grab him, no problem. All right, let's see what else we got going out. This animal is going out to an auction winner. If you're doing the Morph Market auctions, this right here was an auction that was won. That is a Chocolate Mystic double het DG Hypo. Really a nice looking animal. All right. And then here is a Sunset male. I have two of these going out. This one belongs to Jorge, and then I have another one going out today as well. I do still have another normal Sunset male available and a Banana Sunset male available. If that Banana Sunset male doesn't sell by the time he hits, 500-600 grams, he's definitely looking at maybe staying here for next year. All right, and then I have a breed ready male going out. This male was never bred yet. This is a pinstripe Krypton Het Desert Ghost. Could potentially be Spectre. I don't think so though. Wasn't much Spectre in the clutch. Only one that I knew for sure was Spectre, so that's why I say it could be. It was kind of hard for me to tell with Pinstripe. So, but anyways, this boy I only kept him so long. I kept him and a Spectre Krypton Het Desert Ghost because the mom was Het Azanthic, or is Het Azanthic, I should say. So I tested both boys out for Azanthic as soon as the Azanthic test came out. Thankfully, the Azanthic test did come out because I kept both boys back, and I kept 3 females. And I was going to take my chance with the Spectre and then wait for the next year and use that boy if the Spectre didn't prove. So that was going to be my thing, so I could prove out the Azanthic. Thankfully, testing came out. Both boys ended up not proving Azanthic, so kind of a bummer. But I do not need that one, and the Spectre Krypton Het Desert Ghost is breeding for me. So let's see what else we got. Here is another Krypton. That's a pastel Krypton Het Desert Ghost male that is going out today as well. So if you guys are sleeping on Krypton or Cryptic in general, Cryptic it's recessive, and Het Cryptic and Het Clown make the Krypton. They're an allelic combo out of the Hets for those two recessives. So it's a little bit hard for people to grasp the idea of what it is. Sometimes there's a lot of confusion. But that's what it is. It's two hets. It's two het recessives coming together to make an allelic combo, which is the Krypton, which kind of has a clownish look to it, but you can tell is not clown. And that's it. That's just pastel Krypton and het for Desert Ghost. If you've seen a million pastels, you know this looks way better than just a pastel. And that is the Krypton. So, really nice mail going out. And I think we'll end it on this one. That is a leopard double het VPIA Xanthic Pied. So that's the last animal I'm going to show. If you're curious about what I have available on Morph Market, got a whole bunch of animals still on Morph Market. Go check them out. So, on to the shipping. So, I am getting ready to ship out 10 boxes. 15 animals total. There's the branding. I do use Reptiles to You boxes along with Reptile Express boxes. Reptiles Express is the company that I've been printing my shipping labels out with since I started years ago. It's like 6 years now. So I've kind of just stuck with them. They have good rates. And I usually kind of go with Reptiles to You boxes a lot of times because they're cheaper. This time around, I was able to get these boxes cheaper. So, it just depends. I like to shop around, and I'm a little frugal like that. So these bags, these came from Reptile Basics. So a lot of times I'll buy the Reptile to You bags as well. Just depends. This time I got bags and heat packs from Reptile Basics because I got them cheaper. So anyways, the shipping. So I use the 7 by 7 by 7 boxes, not 7 by 7 by 6, but the 777s. They're a little bit cheaper. They're a little bit cheaper to print labels with, and they do great. You can fit 1 or 2 hatchlings in this box. When I put my heat pack in, I always put it on the side. This one's nice and hot already. I never put the heat pack. You'll see people put it on the lid. So they'll put it on the bottom of the lid, and then it'll be, sitting on top of the snake basically. And it's not touching the snake, and that's all fine and dandy. And some people zip tie them to the styrofoam. Some people just tape them. But I had an animal come to me, and the heat pack came out of the tape, and it was sitting right on top of the animal, and it killed the animal. And I've seen a post with somebody else having the same exact issue. So zip tying it is the way to guarantee that it's not going to fall out. So I know there are some people doing the zip tying now. And that's all fine and dandy, but ever since that happened, literally ever since that happened, I had started just putting it on the side. I make sure there's paper between the heat pack and the animal, and then I've never, ever, ever had an issue with anything. As far as some people saying that this is too small of a box because it will overheat the animal, well, guess what? I've shipped hundreds and never had one issue ever. In the case of me, I have one with 4 hatchlings going out. The 12 by 9 box is going to be used for that. I have that adult male. That's going to be the 12 by 9 box. If I have a situation where I got 6 or 7 hatchlings going out, or a bigger animal with some hatchlings going out, then I have the 16 by, I think it's 16 by 11 or 15 by 11, something like that. It's a bigger box than this one. So that's how I do things. So you can get all your shipping supplies right from where you're getting your labels at. If you're using, I know a lot of people are jumping on the Better Off Red train, and I think it's cool and everything. But I get a discount through Reptiles Express for how much volume I've done with them. So I kind of, I kind of can't switch. And I've never had an issue. So I'm just going to stick to what I'm doing and keep it that way. But that's pretty much it. Here's a good view of the current situation in the snake room. I've got my incubator. I still have some eggs. These 2 clutches are actually about to hatch within the next week. A couple sea serpents racks with some hatchlings that are for sale. Those are 2 racks that I built a long time ago. The one down there is for adults. That thing has been a table for a few years now. That's all it's been, is just a table. A bunch of extra tubs. This rack I've kind of hung on to just in case I end up needing extra hatchling space at hatching time. These racks are really old. That's from Reptile Basics, and that's from Animal Plastics, but those are really old, and if I need the space, they'll end up leaving this room. I did end up selling a couple of homemade racks out of this space here, and I am looking to fill this whole space right here is going to end up with another one of these ARS 5540s. So I've got 3 of those at the moment, which will house 120 animals. I want to say there's like 9 open spots right now, which I'll end up filling up in the next month or 2 with animals from that FB10. So the goal for this year is I will be kind of moving this rack over to this wall. It will fit sideways here, and all that coconut will be moved. And then, I'll need some space pushed out in order to be able to slide out those tubs. But then starting over in this area, I'm going to have a ARS Mini 130, and that'll probably come out to about around this area, and that will end up being a 140 because I'm going to put an extra level on it. And then these racks will get slid all the way down as close as I can get to my hose reel. And if I need to also, I could move this stuff out and I could put them over here because there should be about that much space next to where this rack is going to fit in. So, and that'll pretty much fill me out. So I am thinking that probably they can just stay here, and then I could probably actually fit 2 more sea serpents in over there if I need to. So, but yeah, that's it. That's gonna fill me up. And honestly, I don't really need much more than space for the 120. I'm using these for adults, so adult males, adult females. So I can actually probably throw this rack over next to that door, and it'll fit in next to the 3R ARS along with the 4th ARS. And that's 172 adults. And if I'm keeping it more like 130 females, 130 females and 40 some odd males, something like that is kind of the goal, give or take. And they won't all be breeders because you know how it goes when you move your female in and it takes her, another little while to grow up to breed. So the goal is to have something like, 120, 130, maybe at most breeder females. But yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good season, and I hope you guys are setting yourself up with some goals. I hope you guys are hooking up a hose reel because that's the MVP in here. Yeah, so just set yourself up for success. Try to be always looking forward with these pairings, and don't be breeding stuff that is just, going to be obsolete next year. Breed stuff that you can hold back. Breed stuff that's actually going to sell. The market is not bad. The market is a little down, but I mean, it's just more like pricing is down. Animals are selling, animals are moving. It's just the pricing is down, really. And to be honest, it's where it should be in the first place. So if you take an animal that is $5,000 and then you're growing it up, and by the time you breed it, it is probably going to be worth only $2,000, okay? It's not going to be a $5,000 animal. You're not making $5,000 babies with that. Not unless you still can. You can. You take the genes that are in that animal and mix it with the genes in the female and make something that has, take a 2-gene animal to a 2-gene animal and make a 4-gene animal, visual recessive, I'm saying, or double recessive, and yeah, sure. Then you can sell that baby that has better genes for that $5,000. Okay, so you still can make a $5,000 animal with an animal you purchased 2 years ago for $5,000. But other than that, like, so for instance, I bought a mahogany Batman. I bought that boy for $6,000. Not even a year later, Justin sold another one, and I got it from him. He sold another one for $3,000. Okay. I took that animal and I bred it to something. I made that animal plus cinnamon. Okay, so a 4-gene clown. So, and I sold that for $3,500. So I got a little more than half of my money back out of one animal that had an extra gene. All right, and then I sold a couple other animals and made some more of that money back. And by the end of by the time I sell all the hatchlings that I made from him last year, I'll have made my money back. I'll have that animal for free, and I will have 4 or 5 female holdbacks, maybe a male holdback too, actually. And then on top of that, he's breeding multiple females right now. So the 2024 hatchling season, I'm going to end up making multiple more clutches with him. I'm going to hold back more animals from him. I'm going to sell. So 2024, I will make a profit off of him. He will be for free. And all of his babies that I decide to keep will be free as well. So tell me where you're losing. Okay? That's what people don't realize. People always want to play the fast game. Oh, I need to make my money back next year off of this animal. Well, that's not how it works. You got to play the long game. And to be perfectly honest, even with them cutting in half or cutting down to a fourth, even if I could sell that animal, if I make that same animal out of his babies this year and I could only sell it for $1,000, I still make a profit off of him. He'll still be for free. And guess what? Let's say I decide to sell him in 2025 and I sell him for $1,000. Well, guess what? That was just an extra $1,000 I just made off of him. After already profiting and making a bunch of his babies, because I'll guarantee you this, I will keep 4, 5, 6 of his females. In fact, I know I'm keeping 4 of his daughters this year. Okay. So tell me why the market is so bad. It just doesn't add up. All right, guys. I hope you guys are having a good season. Support USARK, all that other good stuff. Like, subscribe. Check out my Morph Market. All right, guys. Take care.